Hello, everybody. We're going to be exploring how to use the library in a college this week. And we have an electronic library exercise where I guide you through the process of how to find quotes for a research paper. This is very important. We don't want to just depend on Google to do research in college anymore. And when you go on to a university or even beyond the English department at Shasta College, your teachers are going to expect you to know how to get around in the library and find quotes from peer-reviewed journals and scholarly sources and things like that. So that's why we have this exercise. We're going to do an exercise on the word procrastination and try to answer the research question, how is procrastination related to success or failure in college? So that's the research question. It's kind of an example. If you have a research question for your own research paper, how you would go about looking up key words and doing searches. So I'm going to share the screen with you right now. And we're going to look at, first of all, if you just approach going to the library through any kind of browser. I'm using Firefox right now. If you type in shastacollege.edu/library, see where it is up there, you will eventually get to the main site in the library. There it is. And on the left-hand side, you see all these different places you could click. There's articles and databases, which is probably the main point you're going to go if you want to find something from a scholarly journal, a peer-reviewed journal. If you click on there, you'll see all of these different databases. Here's one for, it looks like agriculture, and here's another one for business down here. Here's California newspapers, and you scroll through the list and you'll see that when you're in the library, there's a lot of different places you can go to find databases. We're going to use a very generic one called Academic Search Complete. That's up near the top of the list, and there it is. Now we're going to be typing first the word procrastination, because that's a general field that we're going to be looking at. But what's going to happen, this is very, very common. Again, you get way too many articles to read. There are 909 articles with the word procrastination, and these are just full text articles. Notice this little checked box here. You can get abstracts of articles. I'm going to take this full text out, and you'll see there's many, many more. Actually, there's 1,927. See the little cursor up there? But if you get just the abstract, it's a summary of the article. And that means we are not subscribing to an academic journal that has this particular article you're interested in. But you can get it from another library. And we actually have an interlibrary loan program where if there's something that you really want, and we don't have it, they'll get it from you for you from Chico State or somewhere else. Anyway, we're going to kind of narrow our search down so there's a reasonable number of articles to look at. So here's full text. I'm going to click that. And there's another selection down here, refining my results. I'm going to go for peer-reviewed articles. And there's a lot of information in my class about what a peer-reviewed article is. Now we're down to a manageable, semi-manageable 522 peer-reviewed articles with the word procrastination in it. Notice this particular article right here, factors influencing bedtime procrastination in junior college nursing students. So there's a study there, but we may want to narrow this down even more. If our topic is what is the relationship between procrastination and success in college, maybe we'll put the word college in here as like a co-search term. So now we're searching there, and now we've got it down to 171 right articles, but that's still a lot to look at. And let's put in another word like failure. Can you tell I have a subliminal message in my exercise here? I don't want you to fail. I don't want you to procrastinate. So now we're down to 23 articles. This is pretty good. And here's a specific article. Notice it says academic journal. So we want these academic journals, if we can, as our main sources. This is way better than going out on Google and typing in the word procrastination, or even the procrastination college and failure, because you get all these generic websites on the internet, and they are not vetted. In other words, they don't go through an editor and a publisher, and they're not scrutinized for accuracy. And we want to avoid that. When we're in college, we want to get these really well-written articles that have kind of a well, they look kind of boring, don't they? It's a lot of text, not many pretty pictures or anything like that. But this is real research on what's going on with the success rates of students who are procrastinating or not procrastinating. How does that factor into your success? So academic procrastination, notice down here, there's where I clicked to get the full text. Later on, I will, on this page, I'll show you a little trick. There's a way of clicking on this website to get your works cited page all together for an article that you want to bring into your research paper. You just click it, and it gives you the works cited listing. So that's important to have that little trick in your bag. Look at that. It's a separate video. There's going to be one more thing I want to share with you, and that is I typed in Shasta College /library, but there's another way of getting into our library system directly from our class. I'm going to share the screen again, and this time I'm going to go to our class website, share, and hopefully it shows up on the video there, as it should. Hello, class. There it is. Now, always in our class, you'll see in the upper left-hand corner, there's online library resources. You can click there from our class. It takes you to a slightly different place in the library. And this is important too, because there's all sorts of different things to check out here. The library has a really big website, so it's easy to get lost. I'm trying to give you the easiest ways to get in. Notice that there's a whole section here where you can look at, again, databases. Okay, there's the various databases. I might suggest you click the EBSCO database and do searches there, just like we did earlier. There's actually somebody there showing you how to use it. You can go to books and ebooks. Check this out. Books and ebooks, and I do have one part of our exercise where I'm asking you to look up a quote in an ebook, so you can search ebook databases at the library as well. And one of the things I should demonstrate to you is that if you want to, you can actually get the entire textbook for my class in the ebook collection. Let's go here. And this is type in English composition. And if you search for it, you'll see there's my book, the one that I wrote. It's in our library. And instead of just reading one chapter at a time, you can take this textbook to your computer, your iPad, anywhere that you want to, even on your phone if you want to try to squint and read a little tiny screen like that. But I think you're working with definition writing pretty soon. So here's the chapter on definition writing from my book that's also in your course, but this is something that you can actually check out in the library just like any other ebook. I kind of went off on a tangent about how to find our class textbook in ebooks. If we go back to the ebook database, we're working on that exercise on procrastination, and we could go into, for instance, the EBSCO library database for ebooks and type in procrastination and search ebooks and see if there's anything that comes up. And sure enough, there's 9 books with the word procrastination in the title. So there's a complete idiot's guide to overcoming procrastination and other ebooks that you could get quotes from. Here's You're Addicted to You, Why It's So Hard to Change and What You Can Do About It. Doesn't actually have the word procrastination in it, but in the title, but it has an area within the ebook that you could quote to answer your questions, your research question. And that's again what it's all about, is that you are trying to learn how to use the library to answer your own research question when you come up with an assignment to write a research paper, either for me or for any other teacher. There's some other things that I want you to see. This is very, very important, okay? One of the best ways to learn how to use the library is not necessarily watching my video or reading my long written instructions on how to do this electronic library exercise, but actually going to the Ask a Librarian service, either in person or through Zoom. You can make a Zoom appointment if you click down here. You can call them. You can have an online real-time chat with them. So this is all the Ask a Librarian research help link right there. So that, again, that's linked right through our homepage. And I think that in general, just this little video will kind of get you started. But the best way to learn how to use the library is just like any other software program that you're learning. Pull down the menus, click around a little bit, experiment, trial and error. You'll learn through making mistakes. You'll learn through the errors and the trial and error, right? But if you're in a hurry, or if you really want to get a thorough knowledge of how to use library databases, I highly recommend that you work with the librarians in the Ask a Librarian service, because they will give you skills that you can use beyond the English department when you have other homework assignments where teachers want you to do research, skills that you can use in other libraries beyond our school when you transfer to a 4-year university. So have fun with this. Think of it as a treasure hunt. Don't think of it as a chore. If we keep that theme going through our class, just to have fun with it and not always just be preoccupied with the grade, you'll learn a lot more, okay?